Hello there. Hope you're having a day you deserve. Um, I'm having a pretty good day, so I hope I deserve a good day. Um, I just want to talk about a few people that I would never sit down and have dinner with. It's kind of like the old saw about, well, if you invite Nazis to your table, you're probably a Nazi yourself. Um, so these are people I would never sit to dinner with. I would never want around my children. I'd never want them around your children. Um, I would never sit down to dinner with really far right neo-fascist organization. I would never sit down with a white supremacist organization. I would never sit down with anyone from a neo-Confederate organization. Um, I would never sit down with any white supremacist or someone who's really active in the white supremacist nationalist movement. Um, I would never sit down with someone who is active in a white nationalist political party or someone who is active in a neo-Nazi group. Um, I would never support media or outlets or think tanks that promote neo-Nazism and white supremacy and white nationalism. Um, I wouldn't sit down with any of those people. I wouldn't sit down with people from the Proud Boys because they're far right neo-fascists. I wouldn't sit down with anyone and be buddy with someone from the Klan um, who actively engage recruits to this day. And some of these organizations that wouldn't sit down have wonderful names because a lot of Americans won't look beyond a name. We're fascinated with labels and taking shortcuts. We don't want to get in depth and look at the layers and learn about some of these organizations. It's like, oh, there's a group called Patriot Front. Well, they must be patriots just like me. Well, no. There's a group called the Patriot Front. It's a white supremacist, neo-fascist group. I wouldn't sit down with those people. I don't want those people in my life. I wouldn't want them influencing my children. There's a group called the NSM, the Aryan Freedom Network. Well, no, it's not the Aryan Freedom Network. It's a white supremacist network. These are hate groups. A group called the League of the South. Another group called the American Identity Movement. Sounds great, but it's a white nationalism, far alt-right organization. I wouldn't sit down with people from the Oath Keepers, the Three Percenters, the America First Foundation. It's not about America First. It's white supremacy. I wouldn't sit down. That was a great one. The Federation for American Immigration Reform. It's called FAIR, F-A-I-R. But they're a white nationalist, supremacist, fascist group. Again, the Patriot Front, I think I said before. The American Freedom Party, Aryan Freedom Network, American Identity Movement, all these things. I said a couple of them twice. People who represent the Daily Stormer, which is a prominent neo-Nazi news and website that blogs. The Storm Front, which is huge for white supremacy. Here's another great one. The American Renaissance New Century Foundation. This is a white nationalist hate group. So I would never sit down with those people. All of those groups I just mentioned, every single one of them uses Trump's platforms and Trump's words and Trump's policies to promote their ideology. All of them support Trump. So if you're a hardcore Trump supporter, or maybe just a moderate Trump supporter, these are the people that you're aligning yourself with. Do you want to align yourself with known hate groups? Hate groups that have no problem using violence. Do you want to be affiliated with nationalists and supremacists, racist, homophobic hate groups? Do you want to be aligned with those people? Because that's who you're aligning yourself with. Now, for me personally, I like to think I still have the ability to reflect a little bit. That if I'm sitting at a big table and I'm whooping it up and hanging out with people from these organizations, and they support a person that maybe I support, it would probably give me pause. I would probably look back and say, okay, if these people are supporting this guy so strongly and backing this person so much, I might be on the wrong side. Maybe I should start looking at the Constitution and what the Founding Fathers want this country to be. And I would hope that other people would reflect that way too, because right now, you're aligning yourselves with these groups in your unquestioning support of Donald J. Trump. Food for thought. Is this who you want to hang out with? Is this what you want to be known as? You know, these are the people you're hanging out with, essentially. Food for thought. Have the day you deserve.